Well, Mrs. Barnes, shouldn't you be in the south of France by now?
Trying to get rid of me, Mr. Montgomery?
Oh, not at all, not at all.
Good. I thought perhaps you had uncovered my mob connections. I would hate to be thought of as undesirable from a law enforcement point of view. What I meant was that...
All the cops I know think you're slamming.
Oh, high praise indeed.
Well, you mind if we join you?
Well, weren't you gentlemen on your way out?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you expecting somebody? Taylor, maybe?
No. Please feel free.
Oh, thank you.
How's she holding up?
Pardon me?
Your daughter, has she made any plans?
Beyond spring shopping and a possible hair change? No?
Well, she's gotten over her dismissal from the force, then.
Oh, please, Taylor is as suited for police work as she is potato farming.
Well, Derek here was telling me that she was quite upset when he had to fire her and relieve her of her weapon.
Perhaps a momentary twinge.
Is she still speaking to me?
Does it really matter?
Oh, we were good friends for a long time. I'd hate to think that she had bad feelings. I thought that I would stop by and see her this afternoon.
She's not home.
Oh, this evening then?
Today is not a good day.
Tomorrow? Next week?
I'll have her call you, Derek.
So, it sounds like what we heard is true. Taylor's left town?
Well, considering the unpleasantness of the past several months, she deserves a vacation, don't you think?
Well, I'm surprised to find that you didn't join her.
Taylor wanted to be alone.
And where was it she went again? I'm sorry.
I didn't say.
Oh. Is it a secret?
She just needs some time.
Do you know where your daughter is, Mrs. Barnes?
Really? What is all of this to you?
Well, we've heard this rather disturbing rumor.
Oh, well, gossip is the province of tiny minds.
We've heard she's gone after Noah.
What a preposterous idea.
No more preposterous than some of her other stunts.
Well, if you're referring to the pregnancy business, that was...
Actually, what we're referring to is the rather unsettling effect Noah seems to have on your daughter.
Had an unsettling effect. Had. She is no longer concerned with him.
A little abrupt, don't you think?
Oh, long overdue.
May I bring you folks something to drink?
Not right now. In a few moments, thank you. And now that the Noah era is blessedly over, I will try and forget the man ever existed.
Well, that's nice for you, Mrs. Barnes, but you see, some of us just can't forget. Now, when there are so many questions lingering out there without answers, for instance, this whole business of suppressed evidence, it bothers me. I just can't sleep at night. Maybe you can help me out with that.
I sincerely doubt it.
I see. So you don't know of any evidence that your daughter withheld during that trial? Physical evidence that might have cleared Noah Kiefer? I'm speaking specifically of a gun.
This town isn't big enough for you and my daughter.
No, this TV station isn't big enough for the both of us. And unfortunately, there's only one of those in Pine Valley.
Well, Liza has paid her dues. She spent years building a career, which is more
Her career is a lot bigger than WRCW. A lot bigger than this one-horse town. She's a major player in television. Why shouldn't she take on a major city?
because she wants to be here.
Why?
Because she came back here to heal some severed relationships.
You see a lot of healing going on in this office, Marion?
I'm referring, of course, to myself.
Oh, I see. Making a lot of big strides, are you? A lot of mother-daughter bonding going on?
I made a lot of mistakes as a mother, Tad, but my biggest mistake was you.
Let's not get into that. My point is it working? Huh? Is it, this little return to the scene of her youth? Are you and Liza making up for lost time? Does your daughter strike you as happy?
Quite honestly, no.
And what the hell are you working so hard to protect? Her job? She'll get a better one. Her happiness. Give me a break. It's a daily dose of hell around here. Why should she put herself through it? She doesn't need another small-town TV station on her resume. She doesn't need this.
Oh, and you do?
Yes, I do. I got a wife, I got a family, I got a mortgaged house. And I've only got one credit on my sheet. She's way ahead of me.
Only professionally.
Well, how much of a chance do you think she's got at getting a life doing battle with me 8 days a week?
Well, you know, suddenly everything is clearer. Liza's hostility, her moods. You know, you really put it all in perspective.
Just like that?
Yes. I mean, more than anything in life, I want my daughter's happiness. And this contest is really taking its toll. It just can't go on, so I'll talk to Liza when she comes back into town.
Good choice.
Oh, and Tad, thank you. And don't worry. I know exactly what to do. Stupid, self-serving son of a... Okay. Okay, Mr. Tad Martin. You are going to be in for the shock of your life. Don't worry, Liza. This time, it's going to be different. Mother's going to make sure it's going to be different.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sure you do. You heard the testimony. That Louis Greco had a gun, and therefore Noah was acting in self-defense.
Yes, it was testimony that the jury discounted.
On the strength of Taylor's denials.
But since that time, we can see your little girl can lie.
Oh, she would never perjure herself.
Are you sure about that?
Listen, as absurd as it was, and beneath her, Taylor was feverishly committed to her police work.
Well, Taylor's been feverishly committed to a lot of things.
She took the rules very seriously and swore by all of the petty little
Have
codes.
you spoken to your daughter since she left?
She is fine.
That's not what we
I
heard.
don't care what you heard.
We hear she's running around flashing police credentials.
Oh, word is, she's on a tear.
Nonsense.
So the last time you spoke to your daughter, she was, shall we say, lucid?
Yes, quite. Now, will that be all, gentlemen? I really would like to order.
Yeah, I think that'll do it for now, Mrs. Barnes. Thank you so much for your help.
Enjoy. I highly recommend the Coquille Saint-Jacques. Oh, thank you. Well, we talked to Vivian Barnes. She doesn't know anything about a gun.
Yeah, according to Taylor's mother, she's also very over Noah.
Oh, I get it. So I just made the whole thing.
No. Thought you might have overreacted a bit, maybe.
How long are you two going to let this madness continue? There never should have been a trial. Noah did not commit murder. It was self-defense. Louis Greco's death was an accident.
Well, we'd like to believe that, too, but unfortunately, you see, we have this other witness who says there was no accident.
What other witness?
A guy named Roger.
Oh, a guy named Roger. Well, hey, a guy named Roger. Why didn't Roger testify at the trial?
Well, you see, Mr. Banks had extenuating circumstances.
Right. Are you going to go to Jamaica?
Why don't you do what you do so well, Haley? I'll take care of my job, okay?
Excuse me.
What is it?
Would you mind telling me why it is you didn't feel the need to tell the officials that your daughter has completely lost her mind?
Well, it's not just in this country. It's in other places, like industrial countries, like
England?
England. Yes, thank you. Women went to work in munitions factories while the men were out fighting World War II. Now, the women, of course, at this time they made money. They were independent. They saved. They bought shops and stuff like that, and then. Suddenly, the men came in, and Papa.
Anita, come with me.
Well, I'm in the middle of this.
Anita, come now.
Is there some kind of an emergency?
Yes, there is.
What happened?
Do you have to ask?
Did you clear this with Principal Breck?
No one tells me how to raise my child.
But Papa, please don't.
We're in the middle of a classroom here. We have certain rules about the way we do things.
Don't talk to me about rules. You defy God's laws. You corrupt the minds of children.
I've been reinstated, Mr. Santos. I have every right in the world to be here.
That's right. Now, you're the one who's out of line and you're disrupting my class.
Anita, come. Come now.
No, I don't want to.
I'm withdrawing you out of this class.
Mr. Santos, this is off the wall. We're not talking about anything here that you would have a problem with.
Anita, come. Don't make me ask you again.
Mr. Santos, have you ever heard of child abuse?
Scott, stay out of it, okay?
Get out of my way.
You come in here like some sort of stormtrooper. You can't...
You see, this is what you teach them.
You don't know anything.
That's right. We've learned all about narrow-minded police coming in and trying to shut down people's minds. Education is about people thinking for themselves. Anita's your daughter, not your trained dog.
No, my daughter won't be back here.
Yes, I will. You have no right to do
Come,
this
Anita.
to me.
Go.
You have no right.
He can't do that. How can he do that? How can he come into this class and just take her out like that? He can't.
You can do it. He's her father, Scott.
I don't care who he is. I'm not going to allow him to do it.
Scott, you did the best you could, okay? You were great.
And for what it's worth, you were right. Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
What the devil are you doing here?
Well, if it isn't the Marquis de Sade. Are you having fun, Adam, watching Tad and Liza rip each other to shreds?
What crack did you crawl through, Marion?
You know, it's so like you, darling, to demand a human sacrifice.
If you want to criticize my management techniques, why don't you write me a letter? Don't start following me around.
I didn't even know you would be here, darling. I came to speak with Dixie.
Dixie's not in the market for an overpriced condo.
You never know.
She has a home.
She might want another one.
What is that supposed to mean?
Needs change, families reconfigure.
What do you want to see Dixie about?
Are you her bodyguard, Adam? Or is this some kind of marital experiment? Dixie Cooney and her two husbands?
I came by to drop off some artistic supplies. I don't have to explain myself to you.
And vice versa, darling. What I have to say to Dixie is strictly private.
Don't you dare open your mouth.
Junior, Jamie! Come on, boys!
You know, you're not doing your daughter any favors.
Must I find someplace else to eat?
The longer she goes without being stopped, the crazier she's going to get.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
I know that Taylor's off the rails. I know that she's carrying a gun. I know that she's deadly. And there's no telling what she could do next. Come out wherever you are.
Tonight, how far will Ellen go to make her mom happy? Farther than you think. Find out on Ellen. Then Meredith Baxter stars in the new hit comedy that's earning high grades. Don't miss it, all new, The Faculty, on ABC, The Comedy Spot. Now stay tuned for One Life to Live, coming up next.